Hello everybody. So I've already did glow drops, if you're wondering why I look a little bit shiny, a little bit shimmery. I did my moisturizer with my glow drops, my champagne, and I finally broke out my full-size bottle. You should be proud of me, I finally broke it out. So I figured my little travel size is getting down there. I kind of want to keep that in case I take it to the lake or on vacation. But I really love this little indicator so you can see when you're starting to get low, so you can reorder. Like, some of my ladies cannot live without these now that they have been using these. It's a daily routine. Doesn't matter if they're sitting home with just some moisturizer on, they've got their glow drops on. So this is a full-size bottle, kind of in comparison to my hand here is 0.51 fluid ounces. So that's going to last me a while, guys, if this little guy still has some in there. So I'm just going in with my foundation. And you'll see that I also pulled out my darker shade for summer, since I've got a bit of a tan going on. Anybody else got their summer tan going on already? Been out in the pool, my garden, my flower bed. I have to say, with all the work and the replanting of new flowers out there, I am in love. I should post some pictures. It's gorgeous. It was some work, but you know, it's worth it. And it's calming and peaceful. Sometimes someone's trying to call. Sometimes after work, just to de-stress, I will go out there. I'll go pull weeds. So I was gonna stop and let you see the difference where I have no foundation, just some moisturizer and glow drops. And now this side, you can see the foundation, you can see the difference, and you can tell though, you can still see a little bit of that glow drops come through. So it's not going to completely cover that once you put foundation on. I know I've been asked that a time or two, like, if you're putting it on with your moisturizer and then you put foundation on, aren't you just covering up your glow drops? Yes and no, you can still see through. And if you want, you can always put a couple of drops right into your foundation and just mix that up. There's no right or wrong way to use your glow drops. Mix it with the foundation, mix it with your moisturizer, which is just my favorite, I guess. Or put it on by itself. And I do use the Rosé for highlighting. So now I've got a full face of foundation, and you can still see, got a little bit of sun coming in the window here, but I know I was going to take a picture outside, and I need to do that so you guys can see really how it glistens with the sun. I've got it on my neck, down on my chest. When the sun hits it, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I'm in love with our diffuser brush. This is brush number 17, if you're wondering what brush I'm using. This very soft vegan bristles. I need to clean my tools. I really do. I should do that this weekend. But if you get a lighter coverage with using the brush, and you can do more area. I used to always use our Blendiful. You can use this dry or wet. I still use this sometimes just to kind of smooth things out so I don't have any brush strokes. And it's nice to get in the corners if I'm using some concealer. I haven't been using a whole lot of concealer this summer. I haven't been real dark under the eyes, and with the tan, I really don't have a whole lot of redness. I mean, I still do, and then of course there's always days where it looks worse than the day before, but still pretty decent. Say hello, ladies, if you're hopping on. So if you're wondering why I call this live Yaz Queen, ta-da! So I'm wearing purple, so I thought I would break out my metallic purple. Kind of swatch that for you. Yes, it's dark, and you can see just how gorgeous that shimmer is. All our eyeshadows, foundations, concealers, all our makeup's 50% pigmented. Look at that. So I always start with just a little bit because you can build. Once you have a lot on, of course it's hard to take away. So I always start with just a little and then add to it. And of course it's such a bright color that you don't need a whole lot. At least for me, at least not for my look. I guess if I was going out on the town, maybe somewhere fancier, I would put a little bit more on, get that darker look. But I'm not going anywhere fancy. So I can go darker if I wish, but I think I'm gonna leave it right there, I think. And just blend that out. So if you can see the difference now, look how dark it is and what I have on my eye and what's on my hand. So that's the one of the nice things I love about our eyeshadows is they're going to last you a whole heck of a long time because they're 50% pigmented. You don't need a lot, and you can really get a different look each time you use it. And it's not going to take a lot. I don't know if anybody has seen my posts. We do have foundation samples now, ladies. I know people have been asking for, I guess, years. I've only been with Limelight for, see now, talking, and that one got a little bit darker. It's okay. We'll just go back and add to this one. But we've been being asked for years, I guess, for samples of the foundation. We have a tremendous quiz, and we can always have you send us pictures. I can always help color match you. You won't be flying blindly, so don't worry about that, ladies. If you're wanting to try out foundation and you're just scared of how on earth do I pick a color, I can help you with that. I can help you. And like I said, we have foundation samples now. So I have a site that you can go to and you can order, you can take the quiz, and it comes with 7 days worth. Now, you know, that might last some people 2-3 weeks because they don't wear foundation every day. Or they might not use a whole lot, which is fine. Then you're going to get it to last you a long time. And you'll really know. And it gives you time to try different application techniques. Because what works for me may not work for the next person. You know, when I first started, I was very red because I did not start with the skincare. So I was very red. So I used a dry Blenderful, which gives you a fuller coverage. So depending on what kind of coverage you want, you can use a wet or dry Blenderful sponge, or use a brush to put on your foundation. And one thing to note that is very important, no matter what kind of foundation you're using, it does not have to be Limelight, it could be anything. If you are not exfoliating or moisturizing, it's not going to go on correctly, or it's not going to look as nice as it should. You know, sometimes first time users will say, well, how come it looks so nice on you? And it just looks swatchy on me. Well, what is the technique you're using? What is the tool? And what kind of coverage are you looking for? And then always the next question is, do you exfoliate? Do you moisturize? Have to do those two, because if you're dry, if you have dry spots on your skin, foundation, like I said, no matter what brand you use, is going to attract to that spot and it's going to show more. So exfoliate and moisturize, ladies. If you do anything, exfoliate and moisturize. That's probably my number one tip for everybody. You want to exfoliate and then moisturize your skin. Even if you're oily. Misconception. I was one of those. Until I started learning with Limelight. Even if you do have oily skin, you do need to be moisturizing. A lot of times that you are oily is because your skin is actually dry, so it's overproducing and you end up oily. Strange. I thought it was super strange, but the more I listened, the more I learned and did my own researching. You know, Google's your best friend. I find out, yeah, your skin is overproducing because it is dry. So once I switched over to our skincare, our cleansers and our moisturizers, huge difference. I posted a picture, I think it might have been last week, you know, just kind of reflecting back on my journey. Everyone's on their own journey, but my journey with Limelight and what it's done for my skin, what it's done for my confidence. I never left the house without having makeup on. Now, on a Saturday or Sunday, we're gonna go run some errands. I don't even really look at that. You know, if we're gonna go garage sailing or something right away in the morning, I'm not worried about what my skin looks like anymore. I can jump into some clothes, brush my teeth, throw my hair up, and go. I don't have to sit and put makeup on anymore. So that is huge for me. And I love being able to help others with that, because I've been there myself. The very first time that my picture came up on the timeline, you know, Facebook likes to send you those memories daily. I got teary-eyed, honestly. I knew my skin was bad. I knew that I tried all kinds of foundations and nothing was really covering the way that I wanted it to, until I tried Limelight. A girlfriend from my neighborhood here, just down the street, was a beauty guide and did an open house. I said, what the heck? I'd been seeing her do some posts, looked interesting, and completely fell in love with the foundation. That's what got me started using LimeLife. Still reluctant, going, yep, okay, she applied it, so when I order and try and apply it myself, it's not going to look the same. It's not going to be the same coverage. So I was skeptic, but I still ordered because I was so amazed. And I still got the same coverage. I've been so happy with that. And I just slowly started adding in products and switched over to all the skincare items. I wish I would have done the skincare first, almost. But ever since then, I don't worry about having to put foundation on. I don't have to put everything on. I do because I like to look pretty once in a while. We all like to feel pretty. And if you look pretty, you feel pretty, you feel good about yourself, your self-esteem kind of boost. You hold your head up a little higher. You're willing to look someone in the face when you're out in public and talk to people, versus when you don't look so good, you are almost uncomfortable and self-conscious, very self-conscious, and that held me back in life. I feel like I could have done more sooner. But I just didn't have that confidence anymore. Always so self-conscious of what I looked like or what someone was thinking when they saw my red skin. And I don't have that anymore. And before our office shut down last year and we all went to work from home, which I'm currently still doing till next month sometime, but people in the office, people that report to me, other people were like, you seem happier, you're smiling, you seem a lot more confident even when you're walking around, and willing to share my ideas in meetings and so forth. So it's not just makeup. It's not just skincare, ladies. It's confidence. It's your self-esteem. And I love being able to help others because I've been there. I've been the one who's had low self-esteem, self-conscious of what my face looks like, what are others thinking right now, all of that. I've been there. So having found something that works for me, and I know works for probably millions of other women, I love being able to share that with everybody. And that's why I post. That's why I share these products with everybody, because I know what it has done for my skin, my self-confidence, my self-esteem. It's been a game changer for me. So that's why I always say it's more than just about makeup and the skincare. It's what it's done for me personally, and what I know it's done for others, other ladies that I talk to that have tried the product and are hooked on it as well, and they keep using more and more of our product line because they love what it does for them too. And they love that, everything that they do try works and it lasts. It's not like you're buying a cheap mascara and you're gonna have to go buy another one in a month or two. You should change them out every 3 months. But yeah, I love it. Even when you're using a cleanser of ours or a moisturizer, here's my Cool Balm moisturizer. It's 1.7 fluid ounces. This is gonna last me probably at least 6 months. It doesn't look like a lot, but you don't need to use a lot. A little goes a long way. And that's another thing that people love. I love. A well of foundation. Like, I went to my darker shade and I was using this all last summer. And I still have probably at least another 4 months out of there. At least. And this was my winter color and 2 of my concealers, and I've had this for I don't know how long. Sometimes foundation lasts for 9 months, even a year, depending on how often you wear it and what kind of coverage you're in too. You need the full coverage or you're looking for something sheer, it's gonna last you longer. So I know I mentioned that I've got foundation samples, or you can get foundation samples. I don't have them here. You order them off our site. I cover the cost except for the shipping on the foundation samples. So you get 7 days worth. So you get 7 days to see if you like the shade, to see if you like the coverage. Try out different tools. Like I said, if you do get some foundation samples and it's not really looking or applying the way you want it to, reach out, because I can help. We can go through it together and decide, you can tell me what's happening. And like I said, exfoliate and moisturize, ladies. Exfoliate and moisturize. That's gonna be your best friend. So now I just took some of the Rosé Glow Drops and I'm just gonna use the tip, just put a little bit on there. This too, a little goes a long way. Just kind of highlighting instead of using any kind of blush. And this blends really well. You can add more as you wish. Just to highlight the corners of my eyes. And I like doing the brow bone. So if you have questions on the Glow Drops, they come in 3 colors. There's bronze, gonna be a little bit darker. My favorite, everyday use, champagne, and then the rosé, which tend to use for highlighting. Use it for your blush. You can use the bronze for contouring instead of using like a bronzer or a contour color. You can use the darker Glow Drops for that. So I'm gonna put my Oil Strike finishing spray. and then go in with the little bit of translucent powder that I have left in this, because of course I still have the new one upstairs. Helps with a little bit of shine, and if you're oily, this is a best friend. It helps to take that shine away from the oils, helps absorb that so you're not so oily and shiny throughout the day. There you go. Still see the glow drops even though I've got foundation and a little bit of translucent powder. Got that nice little bit of shimmer and a little bit of that dewy, glowy look. And that's all there is to it, ladies. So if you're thinking about the foundation sample, hit me up. We'll chat. We'll get you hooked up. And I will let you guys go. Have a wonderful Friday night, and I will talk to you guys soon. Love you.